Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video I wanted to go ahead and get started with making my ornaments for Christmas. I don't put up a Christmas tree, but I do enjoy making ornaments and just giving them to friends. So yeah, so today we're going to be making this little ornament here, this little boot. I'm going to show you a craft that you can do with the boots once you make them, if you don't want to turn it into an ornament, because I'm going to make these, but I'll most likely use these for another project. And if you want to know what that one is, just let me know. So we're going to go ahead and turn the camera down so we can just get into the video. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need a styrofoam ball. You're going to cut that in half so it lays flat, and you're just going to cut a tiny bit off. So you're going to need a styrofoam ball. You're going to need a piece of cardboard. You're going to need a strip of burlap, and you're going to need a piece of twine. You also are going to need a hot glue gun and hot glue, and you're going to need a knife or something to cut with. So for what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and you're going to take your ball and you're just going to cut a tad bit off, just like that, and you're just going to set that to the side. Well, you need this piece, but you don't need this piece. So you got your styrofoam ball that we cut a little off, and the reason we cut it off is so we can get it to lay flat. I'm just going to bring this here. So we can get this, our little styrofoam ball, to lay flat. And then you're going to take a toilet paper roll and you're going to cut it in half. And I have one here, and I'm just going to use this one as a reference. So you want to go ahead, you flatten that, and you want to cut it to make sure they're the same size. And this is what you should have. You got your roll here, and I'm just going to open it a bit like this, and then you have your ball. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your piece of cardboard and you're going to put some hot glue, grab a glue stick. You're going to put some hot glue right on the bottom. And as you know, hot glue dries kind of fast, so you want to work kind of fast so it doesn't dry on you. And once you get hot glue on, you're going to go ahead and you're going to stick this down right on top. And you're just going to hold this here a bit and let that dry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and you're going to take your styrofoam ball and you're going to put a good amount of hot glue right down on top, on the bottom of the glue or your styrofoam ball. And then you're going to go ahead and put a little here. And you're going to stick this right up against there. And you're going to hold this here. And you're going to let everything dry. So we're just going to hold this a bit until it dries. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cut this out. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So we're just going to go ahead and cut. And once you get it cut, this is what you should end up with. So this is what we should have. This is what it should look like. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light off just a bit to see if y'all can see a little better. It makes it a bit dark, but this is what it should look like. So this is what we have. Now we're going to take our piece of burlap and we're just going to go ahead and wrap this around. So what you're going to do is you're going to put some hot glue right directly on the bottom. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab our and tape it or glue it to our shoe or our boot or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to hold this here a bit and let everything dry. So now once you have that, you're just going to go ahead and glue around the shoe or your boot, whatever you want to call it. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to come over here and we're just going to hold this here, push it in, and go ahead and go around. We're going to hold that there, let that dry. Then you're going to do the other side the same way. So you're just going to put some hot glue right around. And we're just going to go around the shoe with the burlap. And I'm holding down just to make sure I get a good amount of glue on. And we're going to hold this in place and we're going to let this dry. So I'm going to hold that and let it dry. So once you get that dry, I'm going to move this out the way. We're going to go ahead and you're going to continue in the back. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue right here. We're going to move that back and we're just going to go ahead and glue this down. And we're just going to cut off the extra. So I'm going to go ahead and mark where I want it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. So I'm going to pull this back and we're just going to cut this just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. So we're just cutting off the extra pieces. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that down. So once you get that glued in back, you should be left with this opening here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take some hot glue. Grab a glue stick. You're going to take some hot glue and you're going to put that right down the middle and up the top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pinch the ends just like this. Hold that, that's just like this. Going to hold that there, let that dry. I'm going to cut this piece. So now that we have that, we're going to take this piece that you have here. You're going to put a little bit of hot glue on it. And we're just going to fold this down right over the top, just like this. And you want to cut off any extra little stems that you may see. And this is what you should have. This is what it's looking like so far. So once you get it glued in place like that, we're going to go ahead and I am going to put some hot glue right in the middle, right on the inside, just like this. And you're going to very carefully, let's put a little bit of hot glue here and push this here. And you're going to very carefully tuck this in. So let's put a little glue right above here. And we're just going to go ahead and push this down, trying not to burn our fingers. Going to put a little here, push that down. So this is what we have. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little piece of yarn and we're just going to go ahead and go around the base of the shoe. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it around just like this. So what we're going to do is grab a little bit of hot glue. I'm going to go ahead, push this right at the bottom, And we're just going to go around and we're just going to cover the shoe. Going to grab a glue stick. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way around the shoe. So basically all we're doing is just covering up the little rough ends, and this is going to prevent it from unraveling. Now I'm going to bring this part and start wrapping it this way. So just like this. I'm going to add a little more hot glue right there just to hold that in place. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to cut off this piece here. Going to go and finish wrapping. So we're just going to push this little end here, and then we're going to go ahead and bring this over here. So basically all you're doing now is just covering the bottom of the shoe or the boot or whatever it is that you want to call it. And this is what we have so far. This is what it's looking like. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing to the top. And I'm just making sure that I have enough without having to cut another piece. So I'm going to start right in front. And I'm just going to wrap this yarn right around the top. Gonna take it and we're just gonna finish wrapping it. And you may end up with hot glue on your fingers, and I'm just gonna take this little piece that I have here, gonna go ahead, add this right here. This is just gonna finish off the back, and I'm just gonna take it, push this here, put a little hot glue, stick this down just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off this little piece. We don't need this, so we're going to cut that piece off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a little bow with this little piece of burlap or this little piece of twine that we have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to tuck it and make like a little bow. This is the best way I know how to make a bow. Not really good at bows, but this is good enough. And then I'm just going to bend it over again and make another bow. And this may be a little too short, so I'm going to grab a bigger piece. So I got a bigger piece of twine, so I'm just going to curve it here just like this. And basically all you're doing is making a bow. I am not, like I mentioned before, I am not the greatest at making bows, but I do the best I can. So we're just going to go ahead and add our little hot glue. Add the other. I'm just adding a bit of hot glue just to hold it together while I make the bow. And this is what we have. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue that in place. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue. I'm just putting a dab of hot glue right on the shoe. And we're just going to stick that right in here. And there we have it. Here is our little boots. And if you want to make these ornaments, all you have to do is take a piece of your ribbon. Just cut that in half. This is a bit thicker than what I like, so I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it down a bit. So like this, we're just going to go ahead and cut it. And if you want to make it an ornament, all you have to do is just glue it in this way. And I'll just go ahead and put a little bit of glue on and just stick it in place just to show you. So you're going to put one here and we're going to put the other one here. And then you would glue the two together like that. But like I mentioned, I'm not going to use mine as an ornament, but this is what it would look like if you want to turn it into ornaments. Now, I have another idea that I want to use these little shoes for. If y'all would like to see what I do with them, please let me know in the comment box and I will show you. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. So that is it for today's video. Here are our little boots. Yeah, once again, if you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And once again, if you would like to see what I do with these little boots, because I'm not going to use them as ornaments, but if you want to see what I do with them, let me know in the comment box and I will do a video on what I use them for. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day. Bye.